Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Mr. Curious, and I'm curious about flying saucers. I don't know if any of those are real, but I'm searching anyway. I'm trying to understand how they work. These are my drawings of OTC-X1. So, let's take a look at the components. This is a C-shaped magnet. You apply current here, and it creates a magnetic flux. And this is important because higher the current, higher the magnetic flux. And we need high magnetic flux density. This is something called a neutron. I'm sure you have heard of it before. And these are the capacitor plates, but it might not be a capacitor. It is a mystery, by the way. I have a theory about this. I will talk about it later. I'm not quite sure about this part. There are 12 C-shaped magnets. There are 6 neutrons, 6 capacitors, aluminum capacitors. And I want to point out that these numbers are divisible by 3. This is the combination of neutrons and capacitor plates. Don't forget 6 of neutrons and 6 of capacitor plates, completing 12 components that are exactly same. I made a terrible job drawing those, but you get the idea. These angles must be all equal. I'm sure I have read somewhere that Otis himself didn't listen to his engineers and give this coil a high current, and then there was a disaster. He burned all his coils because he pumped too much current to them. Why? Because he needed higher magnetic flux density. This whole thing actually works like a simple Faraday dynamo, but instead of generating electricity, it rotates.
Now, I want to talk about these capacitor plates. Are they capacitors? Well, they don't look like capacitors. They're separated, but they might be capacitors. Or should I say tank circuit? Capacitor and an inductor forms a tank circuit. What if this section of the capacitor plates, where they meet, acts like an inductor and creates a tank circuit, and basically they oscillate? Well, it sounds unreal, but have you ever heard something called magnetron? Magnetron is the key component of the microwave oven, and basically what magnetron does is, it generates microwaves. So when you cut and open a magnetron, you will see something called resonant cavity. Look at this shape. Aren't they similar? This round or triangle thing acts like an inductor, and these plates, where they are close to each other, acts like a capacitor, and they form a tank circuit, and they oscillate. The other thing that I would like to talk about is C-shaped magnets and neutrons. C-shaped magnets are basically electromagnets that has capability of producing super dense magnetic fields. But do they have any angle between their ferromagnetic pieces? We know that neutrons pass through dense magnetic fields, but we don't know what happens to them. Ralph Ring said it's more like a acoustic or vibrational thing rather than electrical thing, so we must think in terms of some other types of energy, like vibration. We know that neutrons can rotate on their own axis and around the middle piece. Rather than capacitor, they might act like a tuning fork. They hold energy, maybe they oscillate, maybe they rotate, maybe they generate. Maybe they take one form of energy and generate another form of energy. Maybe they generate more than one type of energy. I don't know, but maybe they have special structures inside of them, or maybe out of them. Like squirrel cage rotor. Squirrel cage rotors are designed for increasing efficiency in AC motors. Since Lenz's law is related with both of them, they might be similar. And there is one more thing that I would like to talk. I would like to talk about rotating magnetic field. I think rotating magnetic fields play a great role in this. I want to talk about Searle effect generators. I don't know if they're real, or I don't know do you believe in them, but according to John Searle, if you load the Searle effect generator too much, it will perform an anti-gravity kind of effect. They also tell stories about a UFO that they made using the Searle effect generator itself. If you look at this generator, it is obvious that it creates some form of rotating magnetic field, and its field is so dense that its rotating magnetic field does something about the. And if you look at the OTC-X1, there are neutrons rotating on their own axis and around the middle piece. So they should be creating some form of, I don't know, maybe rotating magnetic field. And if their field is dense enough, maybe something happens with the gravity, and maybe they perform a strange anti-gravity effect or lift or levitation or that kind of thing. And there is also resonance plays a role in this kind of machine. So there you have it. Thanks for watching.